Hello, everyone, and welcome back. My name is Daniel, and it is great to have you here with us again.
Hi, everyone. I am Sarah. We are so happy you decided to join us today. We hope you are ready to listen and learn.
Today, Sarah and I are going to talk about something very interesting. We are going to talk about life without social media. What would life be like if we did not use social media?
Yes, this is a topic many people think about. Social media is everywhere now. We use it every day. But what if we stopped using it? How would our lives change?
That is exactly what we want to explore today. We will talk about the good things and the difficult things about living without social media. We will share our thoughts and ideas.
And while you listen, you will hear useful vocabulary and expressions. You do not need to take notes. Just relax and listen to our conversation.
So, Sarah, let me ask you, do you use social media often?
Yes, I do. I use it almost every day. I check Instagram in the morning, I look at Facebook during lunch, and sometimes I scroll through Twitter in the evening. What about you, Daniel?
I use it too, but not as much as before. I used to check social media many times a day. I would look at my phone constantly, but now I try to use it less.
That is interesting. Why did you decide to use it less?
I noticed that social media was taking too much of my time. I would pick up my phone to check one thing, and suddenly 30 minutes had passed. I felt like I was wasting time.
I understand that feeling. Sometimes I open an app just to look quickly, and then I spend much longer than I planned. It is very easy to lose track of time on social media.
Exactly. And I also noticed that social media sometimes made me feel bad. I would see other people's posts, and I would compare my life to theirs.
Yes, that happens to many people. We see photos of people on vacation or photos of people looking happy and successful, and then we feel like our own lives are not good enough.
That is the problem. We forget that people only show the best parts of their lives on social media. They do not show the boring parts or the difficult parts.
That is so true. Social media shows a perfect version of life, but that version is not real. Real life has good moments and bad moments.
Exactly. So I started thinking about what life would be like without social media. Would I feel better? Would I have more time?
Those are important questions. I think life without social media would be very different. Let me ask you, Daniel, what do you think would be the biggest benefit of living without social media?
I think the biggest benefit would be having more free time. Think about how many hours we spend on social media each day. If we did not use it, we could use that time for other things.
That is true. We could read more books, we could learn new skills, we could spend more time with family and friends in person.
Yes, exactly. We could have real conversations with people instead of just sending messages or looking at their posts.
I like that idea. Real conversations are more meaningful. When you talk to someone face to face, you can see their expressions, you can hear their voice, and you can feel more connected.
Absolutely. Another benefit would be less stress. Social media can be stressful. We see news, we see arguments, we see people complaining. It can make us feel anxious.
That is very true. Sometimes I feel overwhelmed by everything I see on social media. There is too much information, too many opinions, too many things happening at once.
Yes, and without social media, we would not have that constant flow of information. We could focus on our own lives and the things that truly matter to us.
I agree. We would also stop comparing ourselves to others. That would be a big relief. We could just live our lives without worrying about what other people are doing.
Exactly. We would feel more content and satisfied with what we have. We would not constantly want more or feel like we are missing out.
That is a good point. There is even a term for that feeling. It is called FOMO. It means fear of missing out. We see other people doing fun things and we feel like we are missing something.
Yes, FOMO is very common on social media, but without social media, we would not have that fear. We would just enjoy our own experiences.
That sounds peaceful. So, Daniel, do you think there would be any difficult parts about living without social media?
Yes, definitely. One difficult part would be staying in touch with people. Social media makes it easy to keep up with friends and family, especially if they live far away.
That is true. I have friends in other countries, and social media helps me stay connected with them. Without it, I would have to send emails or make phone calls, which takes more effort.
Yes, and some people might lose touch completely. Social media makes it very convenient to see what people are doing without having to ask them directly.
That is a good point. Another difficult part would be missing out on events and invitations. Many people use social media to organize events and invite people.
Yes, I have noticed that too. People create event pages on Facebook, or they share information in group chats. If you are not on social media, you might not know about these events.
That could make you feel left out. You might miss parties, gatherings, or important announcements.
Exactly. Also, social media is sometimes useful for work or business. Many companies use social media to promote their products or connect with customers.
That is true. If you work in marketing or communication, social media is almost necessary. It is a tool for reaching people and sharing information.
Yes, so for some people, living without social media might not be practical. It depends on your job and your lifestyle.
I agree. But even if we cannot completely stop using social media, we can still reduce how much we use it. We can set limits for ourselves.
That is a smart approach. For example, we could decide to only check social media once a day, or only for a certain amount of time.
Yes. Or we could delete the apps from our phones and only use social media on a computer. That would make it less convenient and less tempting.
That is a good idea. We could also turn off notifications. Notifications make us check our phones constantly. Without them, we would have more control.
I like that idea. Turning off notifications would help us focus on what we are doing instead of being distracted by our phones.
Exactly. Another thing we could do is replace social media time with other activities. For example, instead of scrolling through Instagram, we could go for a walk or call a friend.
That sounds healthy. We could also spend more time on hobbies. We could paint, write, play music, or do something creative.
Yes, there are so many things we could do with the time we spend on social media. We just need to make the choice to do them.
That is the key. Making the choice. It is not easy because social media is designed to be addictive. It is designed to keep us coming back.
That is true. The apps use colors, sounds, and notifications to grab our attention. They want us to spend as much time as possible on them.
Yes, and they show us content that we like, so we keep scrolling and scrolling. It is hard to stop.
It is hard, but it is possible. We just need to be aware of how social media affects us and make conscious decisions about how we use it.
I agree. So, Daniel, if you could live without social media for 1 month, do you think you would do it?
That is a tough question. I think it would be very challenging, but also very interesting. I would probably miss it at first, but then I might feel free.
I think I would feel the same way. The first few days would be difficult. I would feel the urge to check my phone and see what people are posting.
Yes, that urge would be strong, but after a week or two, I think it would get easier. I would start to enjoy the extra time and the peace of mind.
I imagine I would feel more present in the moment. I would pay more attention to the people around me and the things happening in real life.
Exactly. Life without social media would be slower and quieter, but maybe that is a good thing. Maybe we need more slowness and quietness in our lives.
I think you are right. In today's world, everything is fast. We are always rushing, always busy, always connected. It can be exhausting.
Yes, it can. And social media adds to that feeling. It makes us feel like we always need to be doing something, sharing something, or responding to something.
That is true. Without social media, we would have more freedom. We would not feel pressure to post photos or update our status or get likes and comments.
Yes, we would just live our lives for ourselves, not for an audience. That would be refreshing.
It really would. So, even though social media has some benefits, I think there are many good reasons to use it less or even stop using it completely.
I agree. The key is finding balance. We can use social media in a way that adds value to our lives without letting it control us.
That is a wise way to look at it. Use it as a tool, not as a habit or addiction.
Exactly. And if we ever feel like social media is making us unhappy or wasting our time, we can always take a break.
Yes, taking breaks is healthy. Some people do a social media detox. They stop using all social media for a week or a month to reset.
I have heard of that. Some people say they feel much better after a detox. They feel more relaxed, more focused, and more connected to real life.
That makes sense. When we step away from the digital world, we can see the real world more clearly.
Yes, and we can appreciate the small things. Things like a conversation with a friend, a walk in nature, or a quiet evening at home.
Those are the things that truly matter. Social media cannot replace real experiences and real relationships.
No, it cannot. Social media is just a tool. It is not life itself.
That is a perfect way to describe it. So, to everyone listening, we encourage you to think about your relationship with social media. Are you using it in a healthy way?
Yes, ask yourself if social media is adding value to your life or taking value away. Be honest with yourself.
And if you feel like it is taking too much of your time or affecting your happiness, consider making a change. Even small changes can make a big difference.
Absolutely. You could start by using it a little less each day, or you could delete one app and see how you feel.
Yes, take small steps. You do not have to quit completely. Just find what works for you.
That is great advice, Sarah. I think many people will benefit from thinking about this topic.
I hope so. And I hope everyone listening feels inspired to take control of their time and their attention.
Me too. Thank you so much for listening to our conversation today. We really enjoyed talking about this topic with you.
Yes, thank you for being here. We hope this conversation was interesting and helpful for you.
We hope you learned some new vocabulary and phrases, and we hope you feel more confident listening to English.
Keep practicing, keep listening, and keep learning. You are doing great.
Take care of yourselves, and remember to enjoy life both online and offline.
Yes, find balance and be kind to yourself. Goodbye for now.
Goodbye, and we will talk to you again soon.